Hello everyone and welcome back to the second best of three we have for today between the Northern Lights and Prestige. Both teams who got absolutely demolished in their first best of threes, the opening best of threes of Group B, where Prestige got 2-0'd by the Basement Boys and the Northern Lights got 2-0'd by Masonic. Speaking of Masonic, they 2-0'd the Basement Boys as well, and they're in the playoffs, so congratulations to them. They are joining Mana Esports as the second team directly in the playoffs without having to play 3 games. And, well, between these two teams, I feel like it's going to be very close. I mean, first of all, it's technically Denmark versus Sweden, which is always great to see, that Nordic rivalry. It was always there. Sometimes it's joined by Finland, but usually it's Sweden versus Denmark. So, at least we know who we're going to be seeing here in chat, fighting it off. Not really. These guys are always chill. So, between Northern Lights and Prestige, I personally can't find a favorite. Both of these teams in a similar boat. Also having some roster switch-ups recently. Anubis picked by the Northern Lights, obviously T-side for Prestige. And Train picked by Prestige. Northern Lights taking the CT side. Ancient as our decider if we do end up needing it. So yeah, we get to see Train again. We get to see Ancient again, potentially. Unless somebody decides to 2-0 again. I don't feel like that's going to be happening between these two teams. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say 3 maps. But to, literally have to choose the winner, I have no idea. Although, Prestige Esports did recently pick up Fruslev, I think. Or Frusle from Masonic, from what I remember. So, definitely a big boost to them. A very, very good player to have on your side. Folk, Nikki B, Mizzy, and Doku. To round out the rest of the roster, for the side of Northern Light, it's Frank, Mainz, Dubes, Snow, and Cham. Quick nade thrown here by Frank, looking to do some early damage. That's one hell of a photo right there for Frank, and one hell of a, missed opportunity there with the USP, but look at this 3-man A-push. Shutting everything down. Mizzy can't even pick up the bomb. And what a way to start it off for the Northern Light. A very aggressive pistol round by the side of the CTs. And, well, due to the fact they didn't even get the bomb plant Prestige, they have a P250 and the Deagle. Nothing else. And again, aggressive setup towards Khan, but when you have an M4 and you know that the opponent is probably full eco, there's no reason not to be aggressive, or maybe there is. Jam gets sat down by Nikki B's Deagle. Doku does get traded out. Mine's barely alive. And Frank nearly gets caught out on mid as well. We'll go back. And tuck away. A 4 versus 3 for Northern Light, although Frank is very low. Mine's is a bullet away from death. It's not impossible for Prestige to somehow pull this off, but with that nade coming in from Mine's, it's been made a whole lot easier, and Frank gets a second of the round. It's only Mizzy. 1v4 with a Glock. I don't think that's going to be happening. Does tag Frank up a bit more, but Frank doesn't care. Picks up 3 on the MP9, and that's a 2-0 lead for the Swedes. Quick and easy here at the start of the map. And it is their own map pick. Three MP9s remain in the hands of the Swedish players. 5 AKs on the side of Prestige, but not that much utility. Half HP gone for Folk. With this aggressive setup, the molly gets thrown into the smoke. It did impact Frank. There's 3 players here in A main. Doku caught out. The flash wasn't even perfect, but Fold gets 2 right back. Giving the man advantage over to Prestige, a 4 versus 3. 50 seconds left, so the Danes might want to hurry up just a little bit, but look at the flank that Mizzy is about to make. They're going to look to pinch Snow towards A main. It's going to take a bit of time for Mizzy to get there. But they're actually just going to run forward towards Snow and maybe just go off of the trades. The MP9, good for 2. Snow, there's a third in front of him. He is just baiting for Mizzy. He turns back around. Snow! That is absolutely incredible. And with 20 seconds left, Nikki B is sent packing back towards the B bomb site. Dubes will hear all of this. Nikki B is ready for the draw, but he doesn't have enough time to sit there and wait. Dubes is actually going to go all the way around. Nikki B making so much noise. He did clear out the entire bomb site, so that does give him the plant for free. Now it's a 1 versus 2. Mines and Dubes don't have a kit. Smoke and a flash between the two of them. Nikki B tucking away into connector. But the more time passes, the more angles they're going to clear, and they're going to be aware that Nikki B is most likely inside of Con. They have a smoke, and they have a flash. Smoke gets thrown right over top of him. And now the bomb finally gets tapped. Mains bring it all the way. 6 seconds left, but through the smoke, it's Nikki B to get the frag. The smoke was a bit shallow. They don't have time. No kid is going to cost them. Ultimately, it's Prestige to take their first round. Here in the first full buy versus full buy.
Terrorists win.
Great job done there in the clutch. But I feel like that smoke didn't land properly. I feel like you would usually want to drop the smoke literally inside of Con. Might have been just, you know, rushing to get the bomb defused as soon as possible and just messing up a nade. But the lineup was there for the post plant. And it is what brought Prestige their first round. Up in the hands of Snow. I'm not sure if they're going to expect this. Because right now, it feels like the Northern Lights would be, you know, M4s and FAMASs, maybe even some MP9s. But 3 M4s and up and just a single SMG. Deep smoke over into A main. They have a fully left A. Nikki B does get caught by the Molotov. But just for a little bit, mine's burning up, but that's going to be a good nade on top of Nikki B. Left with 56, and down goes Folk. Frank again, aggressive peek on mid. Not much coverage there from the side of Prestige. Not even a player towards top mid, and down goes Nikki B as well. A 5 versus 3 for the Swedish team. Cham just playing the shoulder peek, looking to drop the Molotov if he does see anyone. That's info for Cham. I do think he actually spotted the bomb as well, but Frusle towards mid. Does take out Frank, and well, with that Molotov falling on top of Cham, he is sent a bit deeper towards heaven. The rotation's still not quite there, the bomb just now getting planted. And they know there's a player coming in from camera, the flank already there from mains. But they did smoke off main. He is waiting behind it. They do have to leave Mizzy watching it. Two players here towards heaven. Cham over top of the smoke. Great job done. And now these 3 players can actually hop out of heaven. They all light up for Flutslev, who's on 4 kills, on for the ace as well. Mines doesn't have a kit again. 3 seconds left, and he has to stick this bomb right now, and he cannot do it. Flutslev wins the round. Doesn't matter that he doesn't get the ace. Mines has to save, and the same situation happens again. A 3-man lineup. 4 in total. His first 4 kills of the game. He went into this round with 0. He's leaving it as the top fragger for his team alongside Nikki B. And great job done by Fruslev. Should be a save for the Northern Lights. Cham gonna absolutely eat that nade, although Frank does trade him out. Looked like Frank was gonna go down there as well. Nikki B. Molly in front of the smoke. Still Frank on mid. Luckily for him, they don't have any more nades to potentially throw at him. And Northern Light are very grouped up. Doku on the flank. I don't think they expect this. Doku is about to pounce, and there's going to be another three-man lineup for someone on Prestige. This time it's going to be Doku, who just wails out on the first guy and says, "Thank you very much, I'll turn back around." Mizzy gets another. This is a great job by Prestige to keep things under control and lose the minimal amount of men in this round. I don't think they're even going to lose another player. So with 4 alive, Prestige, I mean, this is certainly going to be their first lead. Not a chance for Mines and Snow.
Terrorists win.
Three M4s, a FAMAS, and an MP9 for the side of Northern Light. The problem for the Swedes is this round could be a reset round for them if they lose it. And they do get reset, Prestige are gonna walk right over them in the next. This again being very aggressive. And Volk swinging out. It's a 3-man. Well, not a lineup, it was a 2-man lineup and a third kill somewhere in the meantime. Missy left with 80 HP as well. Prestige just fell apart within a second. Nothing to say there. They tried to take the duels and, well, they lost all 3 of them at once. It's Doku and Mizzy to try and fix this up. They take out Snow, but Doku gets dinked. That's an easy cleanup. Great job done by Northern Light. Phenomenal round from them. 4 rifles get carried over, and they do equalize on the scoreboard. But they have another round ahead of them, where Prestige will certainly be spending their money. So far, it's 3 AKs, a MAC-10, and a Tech-9 for Prestige. Mines couldn't get anything from Pillar, but they did take a lot of damage running through that Molotov, and they know there's a player towards jail. Mizzy looking for another frag that he does find. 3 versus 3. Even with that frag, Snow caught in the middle of a nowhere, and Cham falls as well. Doku ruining this B defense. That just leaves Frank all alone, and most likely he's gonna have to save. He's already back towards water in front of A main. Frank might get blindsided here by Doku. I don't think he's ready for this. Unless he turns around last moment, which he will not. 3 kills for Doku in round number 7. And a 4-3 lead for Prestige. Doku caught through the smoke by Cham. I didn't even realize he connected that much damage. Still an open play that they most certainly don't know about. Mine's glass cannon. Frank Good position with the MP9 and even gets the second. Brusle goes down. Nicky B there to pick up the broken pieces. Mains, now they know that there's an op in play, but it's too late. Doesn't even matter. Folk just gets taken out. A phenomenal round from Northern Light. All 5 alive. And a statement from the Swedes. 2 kills for Frank. Four to 4, but if you look at the weaponry on the side of Prestige, they have next to nothing. Nicky B has Kevlar and a P250, Folk has a Deagle, and Brusle has a P250 as well. Prestige just going into this round with the hopes of doing as much economic damage as they can. Nothing really you can do with these pistols. Although if Northern Light makes some mistakes... Dubes has the info. All 5 of them now gonna pop from Khan. Dubes only takes 1 and Mites doesn't get anything. What the hell happened with these rifles? Luckily, Frank is there to try and keep things under control. Knows of info, I think, of all 3 players, actually. So, Molly towards default to try and push anybody out. Doku, what? What the hell is that peak with the P250? My P250 certainly doesn't do that. Snow continues forward and gets 2 with the M4. He has a kit and Doku doesn't have any Kevlar. 5.7 should be enough to take this. Doku pushed back. He's gonna look to molly the bomb site. Bomb just gets tapped. He is ready with the Molotov and Snow takes him out. But the molly is there. It doesn't spread. He missed the Molotov. It would have won them the round. He threw it too deep and Snow gets the 1v3 clutch. Ay, 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 what a way to lose the round. Those pistols were so close. They were so close. Yet so far away. Mine's gonna be aggressive over towards Khan. Nicky B has taken some damage from that Molotov, and they do catch out Dupes. Nicky B, hard clear to the left side. And Prestige are on their way to their 5th. Snow does pick 1 up, but I feel like this should just be a save for Northern Light. We don't have that much money. You know, it's always hard for Counter-Strike players to commit to a save. You always want to at least try it. In this situation, Cham and Snow, really there's nothing for them to attempt. Cham is still close in CT. Looking for maybe an exit frag or something. But as soon as that smoke begins to fade, I believe he's gonna fall back. He does take out 1. Snow, actually, with the 5.7, that's a peekaboo onto Folk. Unfortunately, he does walk right into Nicky B. I'm surprised that they fully committed into this. It's out on mid. Loose for Folk, but Mains just walks right through the smoke. The flash was perfect by Frank. And the push coming both ways. Northern Light On their way to their 6 now, unless Nicky B can spray them all down. Coming in from B, 2 more players. Nicky B lines them all up. And Nicky B saves the day. Not fully just yet, but from a 2-on-4 to a 2-on-1. A lot easier for Prestige. Their bomb is right here in front of B main, so they might even decide to just commit into B. Because they killed everybody pushing B. And, I mean, they're going to clear some angles coming into the B bomb site, but obviously they have no idea where Frank exactly is. He is still sitting here, ready to pounce. They'll spot out the first, but Frank can't get it. 6-5 for Prestige, and it felt like it was going to be another round just stolen away with the pistols. Luckily for the Danish team, that did not happen. A chance for a 7-5 half for Prestige, or we might see a 6-6. You never know. Looking for a con peek, and Cham. What is this aggression? How does he not get punished? Cham just... Okay, that's straight up matchmaking. I don't care what you say, Cham. I mean, balls of steel, first of all. Second of all, wow. Dukes does get caught on timing here, and the spray transfer perfect from Nicky B again. It's Nicky to look to save the day for Prestige. Frank. Luckily for Northern Light, he does at least get one. And Snow coming alone from main. Cham will be coming in from CT. Both of these players, Ruslan and Nicky B, over towards Connector. And I feel like, again, Northern Light are just going to fully focus on to Khan. Nicky B gets dinged, but it doesn't matter. Headshot for headshot. AK versus M4. Cham 1v1 now. Not enough HP here to survive, and Cham wins it. Nicky B was so close to being a hero once again, but they decided to peek him. And Cham says, thank you very much. A 4K for Cham. And the 6-6 half, the Northern Light side pull it off. Off the back of a very turbulent half. I mean, you can see it was back and forth all the way. Second half underway to see who's going to get away with the early lead in the second half of Anubis. And look at this three-man setup on mid. Mains wants to swing it, and they nearly gave him 2 kills on a silver platter, literally. Doku swings out, picks up 1. Does get gushed, and it's a quick follow-up from Snow. This is now looking to swing out from camera. Nearly gets the kill on the planter. His teammate does go down, and Frizzle is a bullet away from death. Still fighting this with the P2K heroics, but not a frag to be found. And Folk just gets ran over by Frank and his Glock. 7-6 lead for Northern Light. And will Prestige opt for a force? They do call the attack pause. Aggressive play through mid by Northern Light. And with the B stack, well, you already know the Prestige aren't even gonna run into the side of Northern Light unless they want to attempt a retake. Which they might. We might even see a unicorn around here if nobody goes down. Mainz is in a great position to line him up with the smack. Then he does get insta-dinked. Mainz still looking for a frag with the Mac 10. Finally does find it, and now has to switch to the Glock. Mainz. Ay. A bit of a rough situation there on mid. Snow, oh, the knife is out. The knife is out, Snow! You'll love to see it. Out with the BM, out with the extra dough, Snow, and don't forget he is the op for Northern Light. So him getting that knife is going to be absolutely great. Now, even if they lose this round, he's still going to have enough money for an op. 5 M4s on the side of Prestige, no kit. You'd think they'd learn from their opponent's mistakes of not having a single kit. And will this just be a quick pop towards B? A smoke into Khan, a lurk smoke in front of B as well. Is he? Sent back by the Molly. If he starts spamming that smoke in main, he could do some serious damage. Flash is coming out from both sides, and Mizzy completely caught off guard by the early push. Doob's doing a great job as well. And this might just be a save for Prestige. Folk out in the T-spawn could flank Mainz, but Mainz is too far away. Doku doing some damage. But that damage will ultimately not matter at all. Four surviving members on the side of Northern Light. Mainz stays alive with just a single point of health and even upgrades to an M4. Three rounds in a row on the T side so far, and, well, with this being their pick, Ruslet dropping down into water. Snow already picked up one, and, well, he was a dead man anyway. It was just a matter if he could take anyone else with him. Cham. Great awareness. Nikki B falls. But Fruslev and Doku are both here in front of this smoke. Full water control taken by Prestige, but they had to leave mid completely. Doku running back. He does have an op, so he could be a massive threat. Dubes was almost caught by Folk on that flank, but now Folk is way too far away, and they've left B. Will Fruslev swing this? The answer is no, but Folk from mid does catch out Cham to make it a 3 versus 3. There's going to be a whole lot of timings going both ways. Mainz taking that CT control, surprising Fruslev. And now it's Folk and Doku in the 2 versus 3. But I feel like by their body language and by how far they are away, it's going to be a 10th for Northern Light. Ten to 6 lead for the side of the Swedish team. Tag pause called by Northern Light. Just 2 players in the double digits on the side of Prestige. Everybody on at least 12 kills for Northern Light or more. Mizzy is 4 in 14. A horrendous map so far for Mizzy. Cham taking out Fruitlet to start off the round. Versus 4 for Northern Light, and look at the space taken on mid by Mains. Who does take one out, but Mains, once again, it's peekaboo for him, and Doobs lines up too. Leaving just Mizzy all alone. 1 versus 4, Mizzy. He'd literally need to double his kills, which... No offense to Mizzy, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Frank does get caught out by Mizzy, but with the dink. Should be a dead man very soon. Can't even get too close to the A-bomb site due to that radius. Mizzy? Is he gonna be fine there? I'm not sure. He does take out Mains as well, so if anything, it's worth it because of that. Mizzy's still alive, they're chasing him down, and it's Doobs with the USP. 11-6 for Northern Light. Is she okay in the background? Yeah, she is. Don't worry. Just been coughing. No fever, no... nothing else. Not even mucus, not even anything. All for Volk. Ndoku dropping the defensive utility. But he is fully blinded off the angle. Once again, it's an explosion of Swedes into a bomb site. Frank and Cham pick up 2. Molly over towards Broken. And the smoke for Heaven as well. And at the game, they should do some decent damage onto Nikki B. Yeah, Lips would have HP. And now they just swing into them, but so much damage done without the frag, unfortunately, for Nikki B and Mizzy. They are as good as dead if they attempt to retake. 2 versus 3 with 10 HP between 2 players is just not gonna happen.
Terrorists win.
Well, 6 for Northern Light. A massive lead here on map number 1, their own map pick. Don't forget, I believe Northern Light won like 9 rounds in a row, right? It was 6-3 for Prestige, if I'm not mistaken. And the Danish team just fell into a hole and never got up. Never got out of it, just fell deeper and deeper. I have no idea what happened to Prestige. Whatever did, hopefully they fix it up on map number 2. No. Well, you can only shoulder peek at the same angle so many times. Fruitlet is looking to go aggressive. The flash does nothing. Snow, second frag of the round. It's a 5 versus 3 for Northern Light. And I mean, at this point, you just group up as a 5-man unit and hit whatever you want and you win the round. Prestige would need some extreme heroics. If they want to somehow win this round, and Mizzy is not going to find those heroics towards B main. Folk and Doku, last two remaining members for the Danish team, and they are in a 2 versus 5. Folk with the AWP. Not the proper weapon for a retake. If they get an early kill, it's going to give them a chance. Oh, did the server just die out? In the potentially last round of the map? What? Are we back? Oh, yep, we are. No, we're not. HUD bugged? Okay, so... spoiler alert, the game is over 13-6. Anticlimactic ending to map number 1, but that was the 10th round in a row for Northern Light, who absolutely turned this whole map around on its head. Great job done by the Swedes, and well, I can't wait to see map number 2. Hopefully we don't have any more of these issues, and well, we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Hello everyone and welcome back to map number 2. We're gonna get a revisit here into Train. Northern Light quite handily taking map number 1 after losing 6-3. They won 10 in a row and didn't look back a single time. And Prestige, well, I assume they were left sort of shell-shocked with the way that map turned around, but hey, if anything, you can open up pistol here on Train with the good frag Mizzy. Mains left uncleared, but he does swing out straight into Folk, who takes the easy frag with the Glock, leaving Snow and Dubes in a 2 versus 4. And the two of them will join forces and go together. Out through Ivy. This is a very difficult situation to be in for these two Swedes. Rusle does actually go down. But again, Dubes would have to be the one to get on the bomb with his kit and smoke. Well, Snow is looking to get the 10-second defuse out. They're bumping into each other. And can they actually somehow get this? The smoke not thrown in time. And that's what's ultimately going to cost them. And Prestige get away with their first. Here on Train. It was a rough first map for the Danish team. Snow with the scout. Does he have an angle? Well, even if he did, doesn't have it anymore. Mains from E-Box. Putting that MP9 to good use. And they are going to look to trade him. His teammates should look to hurry up and, well, try to help him from Top Dog. They now get swung into. Folk, if anything, that's early information onto these players. And it's Nicky B. Potentially trade here onto Cham. Nicky B with 2. And round number 2 for Prestige. Soon to be round number 3. I mean, Northern Light, they've spent all their money. Only out to Old Heaven. Some damage. Dubes was able to pull off 1 kill, but that should be all the frags they find. The Cham was close to getting another. That just leaves Frank and Mains, and actually Mains does find the frag onto Doku. Nicky B's on 30 health. That's a single bullet from the Deagle. Will not reach Frank, but Folk's AK certainly will. Mains has an AK, so with Kevlar, he is certainly a threat, although only 43 HP. Not great, and Mizzy just jumps up and swings into him. Mizzy off to a great start. Don't forget, he was 4-14 at one point on map number 1, and now looking a lot better here on Train. You can see the shadow of Cham right there, but he's gonna go back. In the 5v4, Northern Light, all they kind of have to do is wait for Prestige to decide where they're gonna hit. Deep smoke to re-smoke A main. There is a player holding off towards Pop Dog. Mains could have this kill onto Doku if Doku's not careful. Slowly but surely, Prestige are looking to move up. Nicky B Rifle against an SMG, yes, but at such low range. Frank could have this frag. Missed the timing. Shadow is there, and Mainz, well, he does line up too, but he does eventually get traded out. It's a 3 versus 2, still in the favor of Northern Light, but not for long for Uslev. What a shot on the dupes. Nicky B is on 30 health. That's not a great thing to have, especially with Snow connecting the wallbang, and Uslev is dead as well. Round number 1 on the board for Northern Light. And Train recently just being a CT-sided map. It is the side you want to win the most rounds on. Utility out towards Main. Look at the push from Frank. Mainz in the meantime did lose 90 health, and Frank goes down as well. Mainz, if anything, he got the treat, but he is so low. He's dead to a single bullet. Smokes behind himself. They're going to try to chase him down. M4 is out, and he cannot get the kill. 4 versus 2 in the favor of Prestige. Snow and Dubes. What can these two guys do right now? They are on the wrong bomb site currently, but this should be a save for Snow and Dubes. What a shot by Mizzy. Dubes does not meet the same fate. Should look to get that up and get the hell out of there. Train is T-sided. What? In which universe? It's like 54% round win split in the favor of the CTs on this map. 53 point something. It's not exactly 54, but you get what I'm saying. Dubs goes down in the meantime. And at the 4-1 lead, you look at the money on the side of Northern Light. They do have 2,900 loss bonus, so they're going to be able to buy in the next round. They won't have much here. Main's going with the Hero M4. Doku is about to be in for a nasty surprise, although, did they spot him? I don't think they did. Snow in the meantime, at least 1 kill on the Deagle. And with this smoke and upper, they're boosting up again. Mainz with the M4. I'm squinting my eyes, just trying to look here. Doku perfectly reads it. And shuts down the entire play. Doku just going forward with the pistol. Okay, well, that's a bit too much, don't you think? But Champ should get traded out. Eventually. He does fall. A 5-1 lead for Prestige. Frank, well, that's a good Molotov on top of Nicky B. Helped out by Dubes as well. That's an entry frag for the side of Northern Light. Doku, he wants to go forward, though. He nearly pays for that with his life. Gets a couple rounds of a lead into his feet. Folk does hear the player jumping across. Frank, his first kill of the map, and what a first kill it is. Absolutely destroys. Folk, I believe that was, right? I completely forgot who he even shot. Doobs just gonna drop a smoke over into lower. Is he coming out? From upper, and it's mains right under them. MP9 and M4 combo. As he gets caught out as well, it's gonna be an AK for mains to pick up. Great round by Northern Light. 3 AKs get saved in total, which is also incredible for the CT side. And don't forget, on the previous map, it was a similar situation. They were losing by 3 rounds, and then they came back. Not just came back, but they just won the map off of that scoreline. B, that was a... what? Why would he go alone? I mean, yeah, you always have to have one player that you sort of sacrifice to try and send them out on A. But that is... not a play I can agree with. At least not without some proper help from his team. Some flashes or anything, I feel like... it literally felt as if Nicky B just decided to go alone. Obviously, in Team Counter-Strike, you never decide something on your own. Jarosol felt like he was left out to dry. Main spots a player out towards upper. And will they try to pop out through the smoke? There is a player behind it. Will there be a flash? The answer is no. Mains just lasers Mizzy. Swings back around to upper, and the 2 for 2. But Snow makes it even better for the Northern Light, and now it's just Fruslev. 1 versus 3. You know exactly where he is, and Snow makes it a 3K for himself. And round number 3 for Northern Light. Prestige did a lot of things wrong that round, and well, when you make 2 massive mistakes, obviously losing the round is the only thing that can happen. Just pistols for Prestige. 3 players going over towards Ivy. Mains does spot out 1 towards Halls, and Cham be in a lot of trouble here if he goes out against those pistols, but he is joined by an off, and Snow, I mean, that's gonna be a kill with the nade for sure. Snow re-peeks, does miss, nearly loses his life because of it. They're still fighting, and I mean, both sides are over-peeking to hell, but who cares? Cham lines 2 up, leaving only Folk. It gets cleaned out by Mains. A phenomenal round for Northern Light. All 5 members alive for Northern Light. Lower Molly from the side of Prestige. We're on another full buy, but they're lacking some utility. And through the smoke, Doobs. Great job done. Another kill through it. Cham finishes off Doobs' assist with the nade. And also dunks Folk in the meantime, who's left with 62 HP. This is a catastrophe for Prestige. They're all gonna go down. It doesn't matter that they're getting these kills, I feel like, because their health is still incredibly low, but a bit of a massive overpeak for Northern Light. This nade has to get at least 1 kill, maybe even 2, and yeah, it's gonna dunk Doku. Main smokes off Pop Dog so he can play it safely. Now he can turn back around. There is a player out towards Olaf, but it's Folk, and at any point a single stray bullet, and Folk is gone from this round. Usle almost with the kill onto Cham. That just fully leaves Folk alone. And at this point, well, now that he gave his position up, most likely a dead man. They know Folk is probably very low, considering the fact that he is coming from main, and how many pieces of utility Northern Light actually dumped into a main. Folk, if anything, has an AK, so headshots, obviously, they can win him the round, but a 1v3 simply shouldn't happen. With 10 seconds left. Snow. They come up close. Swing into Folk. Perfectly timed by Snow. And the 5-5 scoreline. All tied up here from the side of Northern Lights. And as I said, they were down 5-2. 3 rounds difference. And they made those 3 rounds up in the blink of an eye. Snow, what an aggressive play. Immediately Molotov's behind himself and is joined by Mains. Helping out even more, it's +2 for Northern Light. Deep smoke thrown. And Frank actually doing a lot of damage here. Nicky B tried to catch him off. Mizzy, Deagle, and he gets knifed by Frank. Another knife kill that favors the side of Northern Light. And it's only Folk. He has an AK if anything, but he's a dead man for sure. Dubes ends it off, and that's another AK that they can save. A 6-5 lead for Northern Light, and that's their 4th round in a row. Actually, their 5th. Yeah, it was 5-1 for Prestige. And now they're losing. Snow. Does almost get caught and does eventually go down. Dubes. Oh, there's an auto sniper, Frank. This guy's an absolute meme lord. I mean, come on. First of all, the auto sniper, yes, it is the last round of the half, so... But look at this aura from this picture, and, well, didn't quite connect onto Nicky. Did only do some damage. But now Jam picks up a Scar 20 from the corpse of his friend. The 2 players coming out from Pop Dog. Dubes almost got one. From Slayer and Doku, it's Cham in a 1v3 with the Scar 20. I mean, this is gonna be Twitter or Reddit material if it doesn't happen for sure. But if it does happen, Cham needs 2 more on the auto sniper. Nate comes out towards the bomb site. It's a pretty good nade. Leaves Doku on 70 HP. And Cham continues going forward, but will he clear Olaf? That's the biggest question here, Folk. This is just a crossfire that you cannot win in. I would have loved to see the Scar 20 clutch, but it's not gonna happen. Doku closes out of half, and it's 6-6 again. Doku aggressive towards Olaf. They are coming in through through lower. Folk. Struggles that you cannot afford right now, but he does turn it back around. McMain's falling. Folk does get traded out. It's a 4 versus 3, and Mizzy, I mean, caught out of position completely. It's Nicky B and Doku in the 2 versus 4. Soon to probably be a 1v4, because, well, Doku is on 1 health, and they're actually chasing him. Snow wants this knife. Although, Doku already got pretty far away. They know where Nicky B is. Now they're 100% sure of it. So Nicky B is just a dead man walking at this point. Can he take anybody with him? The answer is yes. Does he get knifed? Oh my god, they go for another knife. Snow! I absolutely love this team. Another knife kill to crown the triple kill for Snow, but now he has to stay wary. If you buy an op now, you lose the game. Because that op is a massive jinx in the second round, and he's going to go with the AK full buy. Aggressive push. Coming forward, Dubes. They were not ready for that position in Olaf. These pistols, the force buy of pistols from Prestige is most likely just going to get shut down all the way. They know of Mizzy's position. And Mizzy dinged. Gonna need to pull off a miracle to get a kill and 5 alive for Northern Light. Not sure why Prestige decided to force. Maybe they just felt the play. Snow absolutely demolished by the nades. And well, now you know that there's 5 Danish players here on the A bomb site. Mainz has to fight tooth and nail, and he's still alive and still taking him out. Mainz with the 3rd. Leaving just Mizzy. Mainz with 4 in total. Three in a row in the second half for Northern Light. And Prestige need to wake up as soon as possible. This full buy could be what changes things for Prestige. It's coming out both ways, but it's Nicky B to pick up the first kill. There's 4 players over on that A bomb site. Northern Light unable to get the trade right off the bat. Flash thrown off the back of that Molotov, but with that smoke. Oh, they're gonna disrespect it. Mizzy goes forward, off, misses. Mizzy looking for more. It's actually Nicky B to help out. And the Mac-10 is gonna get upgraded, but only 7 bullets left in the rifle. And Dubes is all alone. Timing is good. Fruslev gonna walk right into his Galil, so first kill found. Now he gets to pick up some extra space. 1 player towards Con, and he knows there's 1 towards Ivy. Only one of these 3 is unknown fully, and he just found him. But also Folk finds the second of the round alongside Nicky B's double kill. All by here for Northern Light, but they are facing reset. If they lose this round, Frusle, aggressive play through Olaf. Defensive smoke will get dropped by Fruslev, and should be an easy hold here. Another kill for the fully blind Danish player. Makes it a double kill for Fruslev and forcing Northern Light to fall back and rethink this whole round. Folk gonna be the one to hold Pop Dog, and does have some help there towards Main, or he doesn't, because, well, Main is smoked, so gonna expect somebody to push it all willy-nilly. Nicky B, phenomenal game sense. Now Snow in the head, and, well, Dubes falls as well. It's only Cham, 1v5. Cham has had a very good day so far, but let's be honest, this is almost an impossible situation. You would really need to have the entire universe, not just the stars aligned, for a round like this to go your way. And even getting tagged through the wall makes it even worse. 8 rounds for Prestige, just 1 away from tying it all up, and I don't think Northern Light are going to have too good of a buy. Doku gonna go forward over towards Zopper, and Frank. Let's take a kill on the Mac 10. Cham nearly on the fall off from the ladder gets that frag. What? I mean, that was incredibly close. Means is up to 20 frags, but only 8 HP left. He does catch out. Folk nails him in the head, and this round just fell apart. For Prestige, Mizzy 6 and 13. Don't forget, he started off this map 4 and 0. So I have no idea what's happening with Mizzy today, but he's going to be 6 and 15. Or sorry, 6 and 14. Now, 10 to 8 for Northern Light, and I mean, the least likely round, of course, is the one that they end up winning. It's very aggressive, but taking a lot of damage. Both him and Cham. 50 HP together. Nicky B, easy frag. Nate dunks Cham. And, well, Prestige are on with a 5v3. I mean, I have no idea what the idea behind that main play was for Northern Light. Carousel does not look good. And Fruslev takes a frag there on the Dubes. Even though he got caught while dropping down. Still gets the kill. Snow did find one in the meantime, but Doku, well, does give his position up. 15 damage with an AWP, that's a new one. And Nicky B, well, with T-spawn control, you kinda can't lose the round. The smoke does get broken open. Frank continues going forward. There is a player over towards Thomas. Fruslev from a ladder at that distance. Yeah, sure, you're gonna hit that shot. Doku falls as well, and that leaves Snow in a 1 versus 2. Needs the 4K in total. The bomb is dropped on top of the site. It's a little bit unfortunate for Snow, but he does pick it up in time. Just taps it, wants to bait these players out, but with this wall of smokes, Snow, is he gonna turn back towards the bomb site? You can tell Nicky B is being cautious, looking back towards Pop Dog. And Snow is gonna run right into him with the bomb in hand, or maybe not, he switched to the AWP. But Nicky B is playing this perfectly, sitting on the other side of the train. Yeah, no chance, Snow expects this. Might get the kill onto Mizzy, but no, he will not. Nicky B bounces in the nick of time. Mizzy saves the AWP as well for Folk. And Prestige are on to 9 rounds. With the 1900, Northern Light could buy in the next round, but I feel like... actually, no, they couldn't. Dubes and Snow didn't really have money. But also, I mean, this force is warranted. They did kill 3 players in the previous round. Doku. Deep nade thrown. Not gonna do any damage. And he immediately drops the lower smoke. Northern Light are grouping up towards B. All 5 of them are about to be over towards halls. And another smoke falls onto lower. Does feel like Prestige are ready for a hit towards B, but still only 2 players here. Lurk smoke dropped onto upper. And now the push is gonna come out, but there's Fruslev. 1 and a lot of damage, and Fruslev with another, but Doku falls. Fruslev does have help coming in from Khan. They somehow have to take him out, and they just simply can't. Over from office, if anything, Dubes. Let's get the bomb down, swings out, nails Fruslev. 63 HP left, no, 38. And not a chance for Dubes. Everybody fall on the side of Northern Light, and it's 10 to 10. We're all tied up once again. What a map this has been so far. Comebacks going both ways. And none the wiser here, although Prestige, well, they will have the slight advantage here because, well, the side of Northern Light doesn't have any money. Another early frag going the way of Folk. Swing out for Fruslev as well. Means falls. Ruslev. It's actually going to be Doku to get that kill. It's just Frank and Cham. What a shot. Mizzy has been having a very rough day. 2 games in a row, he's on like 0.5 KD. And I mean, when you get absolutely nailed like that, when you're already having 2 bad maps in a row, it's borderline depressing. 11 to 10 for Prestige. And this is going to be the last chance for Northern Light to get back into this map. They were ahead the entire time, but suddenly the lead melted away, and now they're the ones in the deficit. Full buy on the side of Northern Light, up in the hands of Snow. Volk has an app op of his own, but he's on the A bomb site. Northern Light again, they're looking to hit towards B, or at least cause some ruckus, and maybe pull a rotation out from the side of Prestige. Smoke thrown us again. Molly will just touch mains. But the bomb is over on A main. So with all of this commotion being caused, it did rotate one player over. Folk did reposition over onto B, holding upper with his up. And Fruslev, will he actually go for this play into main? This is an off angle for sure, but you're exposed to 2 sides. And with help from Nicky B, the jump across is going to be punished immediately. And down goes the smoke. Cham wants to swing through it. I have no idea what the plan behind that peek was. Perfectly timed push from Fruslev. Catches the player jumping across with the knife out. And then the 5 versus 3 Prestige are a round away from getting map point. But it's not going to be easy. Folk get flashed off the angle, misses again, still behind E-Box. Folk goes down, and it was a collateral actually, but the trades come out and it's a 1 versus 1. Snow versus Doku, but only 10 seconds left on the clock, and Doku tucked away under the ladder area, right behind the bomb site. The tap goes out. Doku around the site. It's ring around the Rosie. The tap has to come out again, and Doku plays it to perfection. 12 to 10 for Prestige. And 2 map rounds in a row. 2 chances for the Danes to take us to a decider. Doku, the hero for Prestige. Playing this close angle over into lower. But look at the die for Northern Light. Well, even with Galils, they're still gonna put up a fight. Folk does get the trade right back. So a 4 versus 4. Some extra damage done there onto Nicky B, not too much. Just to soften him up for the Deagle, Scout, and Galils. Also, there's a Nicky in the hands of Dubes. Can't overlook that, and with the lurk smoke, they're actually just gonna walk down the ladder. Oh, look at Mains. Oh, he might have just won the round for Northern Light. Takes out Folk, turns back around, he knows Doku is above him, and Mains, you animal! What a play! They threw that lurk smoke so many times, they conditioned Prestige to just think it's there for decoration, apparently. Or just to have someone walk out deeper into upper, and, well, perfectly used, shifting through it. And if you take a peek at the money of Prestige, they really have to save these 2 guns. Folk and Doku will be able to buy for themselves. It's actually just probably going to be Mizzy dropping a gun over to Fruslev.
Terrorists win.
One round away from map number 3. And one round away from overtime. And then who knows what's gonna happen. A lot of weaponry here on the side of Northern Light. 4 AKs and an AWP. No Galils, no MAC-10s, no pistols. Nothing of that value in Cham. Coming up close. I'm not sure Mizzy is ready for this. He drops the smoke. And Cham is going to be ahead of it. Molly thrown. There is a player on the bomb site itself. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Folk has extra information. Mizzy looking to spam through the smoke as well. Did the observer crash again? Oh no, not like this. And same thing as on map number 1, unfortunately. Oh man, that is a bit sad to have that happen, but you guys know what that means. It's 13-11. Again, we don't get to see the end of the map, unfortunately, so I'm not sure what's up with the Observer today. I'm not sure if that's a recent update to Counter-Strike that broke that, but that absolutely sucks, man. Come on, we wanted to see that round all the way. But hey, I mean, I know a lot of you guys were rooting for Prestige in chat, so if anything, that's good for you. 13-11 victory in a very tight map. Might just give them the confidence boost they need here for map number 3, and we're going to see who's going to go home and who's going to continue to fight for a chance at the playoffs in about 10 to 15 minutes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to map number 3. We're just gonna see the knife round really quickly. And then see who gets to pick the side here on H, and most likely gonna be the CT side getting picked. It's an advantage for Northern Light, I believe. Having one player full HP, and Nicky B, well, he could technically win this. It is Northern Light taking the knife round, so most likely we are going to see them picking the CT side. I would be surprised if they take the T side. I have seen some teams do it, but not with any regularity, so I do believe it's just going to be them starting the CT side. Northern Light still feels like the more consistent team today. Prestige, they have those ups and downs in form today, and I'm not sure if Mizzy wakes up, then it's going to be a whole different story. Because in the previous 2 maps, he went like 15 and 35 in total, so if Mizzy decides to actually fix his form up, he could be a massive addition here to Prestige. Because he starts off the map well. He goes 4-5-0 and then just can't find his footing on those rifle rounds. But I have high expectations for him here on the pistol. But realistically, these pistol rounds, we know how random they can be, and anything can happen. So far, just some early information, nothing much. This is the one to pick up the first kill. And another frag found by Frank. Snow gets one as well, and it's a complete shutdown. My goodness, not a bullet hit by the side of Prestige. Everybody on full HP for Northern Light, a perfect read. Just crunch down on them. A phenomenal round for Northern Light to start off this. After losing a map, especially in such close fashion, 13-11, you want to have a statement round, essentially, such as this. So for all of you Northern Light fans, and I know this team does have a lot of them from Sweden, you guys are going to be hella happy with them starting off the map nicely, as well as this most likely being a 2-0 lead, since Prestige decided just to go, what, with 1 PT50 into this round. I don't think anybody else spent money. Maybe Nicky B bought a PT50 as well, now that I look at his cash being 1750. There is a boost here for Mizzy. Maybe Mizzy could do something, and they do double swing Cham, actually. Absolutely shut him down. And, well, the M4 just gets thrown over. So I do believe they're going to save those 2 rifles, Snow and Mains, to carry them over. A 2-0 lead for Northern Light, as to be expected after winning pistol. But let's see what the first full buy has in store for us. Still 2 MP9s in the hands of Northern Light players. Mains, look at this aggression. Cham and Mains do take quite a bit of damage, but they take full banana control. I mean, fully shutting down B is worth giving up that HP, but they left 4 players on B for that action, and, well, Snow left to fend for himself. He does play the, well, uncommon position to catch out Folk, and there's Snow again. Second frag for the would-be sniper if he had enough money. Snow with 3. Mizzy now coming up close. Finally shot Snow down, but he can't get the second. Cham drive-by with the MP9. That just leaves Nicky B last man alive. 1 versus 4, not completely impossible. 3 players are pretty tagged up. And Nicky B had some heroic moments in the previous maps, especially on train. But if they decide to double peek this, Nicky B is screwed. Frank is right here waiting for Nicky B to come forward out of a main and not ready for the boost. And down goes Nicky B. An AK there that Frank decides... Oh no, Frank did find an AK somewhere. The HUD just didn't update immediately. A 3-0 lead for Northern Light. Prestige have been relegated to pistols once again. With just these upgraded pistols, I don't think there's much Prestige can do, although their route to A is completely open. 2 players are in Donut, so they can essentially be unhindered in going through. Cham Drops the smoke, immediately swaps to the AK, and Doku demolishes him with the tech. Mains is now alone over towards Donut. Snow is not ready for a player to be behind the smoke. Nicky B being tricky. Bruce did go down in the meantime, but look at Nicky B. Do you think he missed his chance a little bit? Frank, hard clear onto Doku. And Nicky B has to run to try and help his teammate. I'm not sure if they know where Mizzy is. That AK up. He went down. It's only Mizzy 1 versus 4. And he gets swung into by Frank. That's an AK they can pick up. And it gets dropped over into the bomb site. They're just gonna toss it into Donuts so Doobs can come and pick it up. 4 rifles get carried over. 2 kills for both mains and for Frank. And a 4-0 lead for Northern Light, although Prestige did get the plant, which is the main thing you look for in a round such as this. Frank threw that Molotov, mains burning up as well. A lot of fire damage done at the beginning of this game. And look at Frank, everybody falls. 4 kills found in the blink of an eye. Make that 5, make that 6. Mizzy, what a peak. And he's on for the ace. An ace clutch here would definitely lift the spirits of Prestige, but his bomb is, I believe, in the hands of Snow, and Dubs is going to end him off. An incredibly chaotic round, but it still goes the way of Northern Light. Luckily for Prestige, that one plant enables them to buy again in this round. With this stack pause, I mean, something has to be changed on the side of Prestige. They're losing rounds left, right, and center. Snow on an aggressive angle towards A, and that's actually probably the perfect position for him to be in, because this is going to be a slow hit towards A. And will the shadows show up on the floor here for Snow? Is he aware of that, or is he tunnel vision towards the other part of tunnel? Let's see, Frank aggressive, but turns his back right to Nicky B. Snow, defensive molly, they are going to push him down, and Doku rips his head off. Cham now repositioning, he does see the foot, but I do believe Cham might have been spotted as well. He is being pushed down, and it's Fruslev. Great shot there onto Cham. Mains is going to nade the bomb site, and Dubs did go down. In the meantime, it's only Mains chasing down these 2 players with the M4. And he swaps over to a knob. Not the ideal weapon for a 1v2, but might be a bit of a, well, surprise. An unpleasant one at that for Prestige. A 1 versus 2, not completely unheard of here. And Mains could be the hero for Northern Light to continue this big streak of rounds. Make it 6-0. Mains now turning back towards Donut, the op. Connects onto Nicky B. Mains not the primary op by any means. And that was incredibly close, but at the end it's Folk to finally win a round for Prestige. It's 1 for the Danes, 5 for the Swedes. Of course, with Northern Light winning so many rounds in a row, they do have enough money for at least one more full buy. That is the one we're looking at right now, Prestige. If they break the economy of Northern Light, that could give them a chance at enabling this first half comeback. But with them losing Folk so early, doesn't feel like something that's going to happen easily. Nicky B. I'll spot out the player crouching. There's no way that Frank gets that kill. Not in a million years, and it doesn't matter because it's ultimately a 3 versus 2. Could be a lot worse for Prestige, who are looking to make the rotation over maybe into Donut or into Red Room. Snow. Oh, not with the USB. Snow somehow doesn't even get tagged throughout all of that. And they're leaving A. They want to play it maybe on a retake. Just living Doku going forward now. They've been spotted out. Cham, the first contact here, does come all the way out. Does spot the head to the right and actually completely misses. Are they ready for Snow, who's going to be peeking out of Temple any moment now? Snow misses, surprisingly. He does tag up through the smoke, and Doobs cleans up both of them. 6-1 for Northern Light. Made over on top of Volk, but not much damage done. And Mains getting a smoke ready. They are going to come out mid. Mains has to swap back to the M4. They're not looking Mains. He might have a couple kills here for free. There's a player above him, and he does spot him out. Frank, finally his shenanigans catch up to him. Doobs has an easy kill right here, and he is being flanked from Cave. Doku will nade towards the bomb side. That won't do any damage, though. Mains on a triple kill right now. And a lot of damage done through the smoke onto Doku, who jumps out and actually catches off Mains. But Cham, aware of the player dropping down, just gonna switch to the M4. Doku goes down. And a 7-1 lead for Northern Light. Not quite. Ever since the spawn was moved back on Ancient, it's been like almost a 50-50 map. Better understand where it come from if you think it's CT-sided. Mains got in a corner and somehow still gets the kill onto Mizzy. Snow connects with the off as well. And Frank, well, not having too much luck with these early frags, but Frosler is all alone. He's gonna have to pull something magical off. He can't. 8-1 lead for Northern Light. The Swedes are currently kicking Denmark's ass. In Prestige, they need another timeout here to recuperate because this is not looking good. No matter what they try, hell, I can't even remember the one round they won. I'm really trying and I'm not even trolling. I can't remember what that one round was. An 8-1 lead, as I mentioned. And Frank got an XM. This guy is slowly becoming my favorite player for sure. Going for the knives with the meme pick and also playing shotguns. Might be my long-lost brother. Right now, speaking of Frank, it's been like 3 or 4 rounds in a row that he's gone down without doing anything. Although Doobs gives Nicky B his 10th death. Within 10 rounds, 3 and 10 for Nicky B. Nobody really having a good map on the side of Prestige. They're mostly just looking to scrap together any rounds they can. Snow, that is disgusting. Disgusting! At this point, no matter what they do, Northern Light, it feels like they can't make a mistake. And even when they do, Prestige are so cold right now that they can't even capitalize on it. Snow is going to make the rotation in through the Temple with the op posted up on the angle. Does barely miss. Flashes out immediately to buy his teammate some time to rotate. Reloads the op just in case he needs it, but it's Doku. Picking up a frag. Is Snow going to be a madman? Is he actually gonna push this? Yes, he will, and he does not get punished. Not only that, he gets rewarded, and they smoke off Donut. He is holding the smoke push. There is a player over towards Temple, and they should push this together. Snow on the bomb, but they actually blind each other. Snow, he's gonna attempt it again, sticking it all the way. 2 seconds, 1 second. Snow gets spotted, and finally it's Mizzy to shut him down. Mizzy and Doku to close out the round, but my goodness, that was another fiesta, and it almost went the way of Northern Light. MP9 for Frank yet again with that weaker weaponry. He is looking to maybe push that smoke. Frank has been very aggressive so far, and Mizzy nearly catches 2 on mid. Mines goes 1 for 1 alongside that full frag, and Fruitly goes down as well. Mines lines 2 up. That is disgusting. Nicky B, last man alive. And from a 1-on-3 into a 1-on-2, they know Frank is always towards cave, and that's why they're worrying so much, but Frank was on the flank the entire time. Pun not intended. A 9-2 lead for Northern Light. And again, it struggles for prestige, last round of the half, although neither team are really full of money, but look at mains. And the wallbang connecting, leaving Doku with 6 HP. Prestige cannot catch a break. This is one of those maps that is just brutal to watch. And no matter what the losing team does, they're still just going to continue getting stomped left and right. Main still sitting here, not moving, wants to play on the smoke fade. But both him and Dubes go down. So that aggression finally punished. But now Prestige have to capitalize and turn the 3v3 into a 1 round. It's not working so far, it's not working at all. Snow and Frank close out the half. 10-2. Prestige, they are battered, beat. They can't streak 2 rounds together for the life of them. Second half underway. I mean, I can't find my coin to toss it. Oh, there it is. Let's quickly do it. Ah, never mind. Ah, screw it. Let's give heads to Prestige, and I tossed it and it fell off my desk, and I can't find it. Doku gets 2. Third for Mizzy. And Mains and Snow left in a 2 versus 4. Oh, Mains on the flank. Stick it through the smoke. Come on. This is absolutely incredible. I mean, Northern Light, not the cleanest map by either side, but the way Northern Light just can't do anything wrong is incredible. And from a 2-on-4, Nicky B left the pen for himself. Snow wins it. 11-2. 11-2 off the back of a 2v4. Yeah, this map is over. This is unbelievable. I don't think there's a chance. Yeah, I do think at this point they certainly want to log off. Even when they do everything right, everything goes wrong. But that is Murphy's Law after all. If you're not familiar with it, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But it just doesn't apply to Northern Light this time. 11-2. Up against 2 SMGs and 357, sorry. They have given them ramp control, if anything, and yeah, they're out here. The 5-7's putting in work, doing some damage, even getting a kill. Now the hit can come through and they can either go back or maybe even hit the B bomb site. Nicky B and Fruslev. Flash coming out, it's Mains, lines them both up. Mains is having the map of his life and they are putting it to perfect use. It's about to be 12-2. Yes, all 4 of them are tagged up. But Doku would have to pull, not a rabbit, have to pull an Apache attack helicopter out of a hat to have a chance. 12-2. 10 match rounds in a row for Northern Light. A beatdown for the ages so far. Frank has a P90. How much more likable can this guy become? And he's gonna be a rush beep with P90. Well, all I can say is loot away. And so let's see what's gonna happen. Deep smoke thrown. 3 players on the B-bomb site. And they're out through ramp. They pushed cave. It's a fatal mistake. Frank is out and he's gone to the 5-7. Mains on the trade. The MP9 rifling off crazily. And it's actually Brusley and Fold getting 2, 3, 4. And Northern Light have been shut down. Finally, a third for Prestige. And at this point, it's just how many can they get to avoid getting embarrassed, you know? Hooray for Prestige. And if they make the comeback happen, well, then that's even more incredible. But they would need one hell of a CT side here. 9 rounds in a row. It's just not looking possible. You would have to play literally perfect Counter-Strike. Even Northern Light couldn't win 9 in a row. Mizzy's off to a good start, if anything, here in round number 16. Flash thrown towards mid, and taking out the mains is actually a massive task, as he's on 2.5 KD right now after dying without getting a kill. And Mizzy doubles up. This has been the best map for Mizzy so far, which is weird, because this is the worst map so far for Prestige by far.
Counter-terrorists win.
4 rounds of the board now for Prestige. We did see a comeback like this happen already. Not to this extent. It was, what, 12-2, 12-3, 12-2, I believe. So Prestige, they literally need 10 in a row. At this point, they need 8. But you know, little by little, the comeback can happen. The only problem is a single mistake, a single missed timing or anything along those lines, and you lose the game. And you get eliminated from Season 34 of United21, so that's a lot of pressure on these players. Frank gonna be flashing over into the bomb site. All this utility being readied up. The pistols are about to explode onto the bomb site. And Nicky B is gone. Bruce Lee can't get the trade, and not the pistols. Prestige. Is this how it's gonna end? 3 versus 3. Frank as an AK absolutely nails Folk. Just Doku and Mizzy left. Both of them coming in most likely from short, and Doku catches good timing, but he needs the kill and he can't find it. It's all on Mizzy. He's had a good game so far, but through the smoke he's done. 13-4 and 2-1. Northern Light eliminate Prestige from Season 34. And they're gonna be facing Basement Boys in a couple of days for their last chance